UBC women's soccer team won the U Sports National Championship title in 2019. Thunderbirds played against the Calgary Dinos and Daniel Steer scored the only goal in the 79th minute, which gave the Thunderbirds a 1-0 victory. This championship game was also a rematch of the Canada West final, where the Dinos won 1-0.
A lot of pride when we won. It was a special team, and this team's no different. But they really came together well and fought and competed and found ways to win. And it was a lot of pride and respect for all of our players.
Describe how I felt at the time. I felt on top of the world. It was like literally the best feeling ever, just to like know that all like the blood, sweat and tears like paid off in the end. But yeah, nothing compares to it.
Well, it was like a really special moment because I won it in Victoria, so that's my hometown and all of my family and friends were there. I don't think, even if we did win again, I don't think anything will be as special as that, just because of the location I was in, and just winning in your hometown you can't compare, so it was great.
I think there was a lot of feelings. That season was really emotional for a lot of us in some good ways and some bad ways, but definitely one of the best feelings in the world at that point.
Yeah, I think there's more of a target on our back. There's more respect from other teams that we have accomplished that feat. I think too, there's the comfort that we know how to win and we know what we need to do in games to be successful, and we're excited for the playoffs coming up next week after the end of season this week. We're on pace currently to break the record for the lowest goals against of all time in a season, and the players are very focused on keeping a very high standard every single game. And from a team perspective, we've lost one game now in I think 20 months, so we're a team that definitely doesn't feel the act of losing very often, and we understand what it takes to win. So we're hoping that as we lead through these next few weeks that we're able to put our front foot forward and represent UBC at the best we can.
The 2020-21 season was cancelled due to COVID-19. So the women's soccer team had to take a different approach to training. In compliance with BC health authorities, Coach Jessie Simones had to implement social distance training. This also meant that there was no contact at all during training sessions. Another policy was having everyone taking part in the training sessions to complete BC assessments before attending each session.
First heard there was a lot of work going on to figure out a way to run a season, and then it just got to the point where it was just not going to happen, just with all the restrictions and obviously issues with COVID and the pandemic and what was allowed to happen. So yeah, it was disappointing, but at the same time we pivoted quickly and found a way to continue to train and play a few matches that fall, but then it obviously got shut down to just distance training.
I felt disappointed, but at the same time, it just gave me another year to be on this team. You only are on university sports for a little 5 years, so just be on the team and get to know more people and extend my career as much as possible was actually not a bad thing. It was almost a blessing to be here again, so it was great.
Yeah, I actually saw it over Instagram. Yeah, there was a U Sport post, and I guess we kind of figured how COVID was going that would happen, but yeah. I wasn't totally surprised, but it still hurt. It was hard.
During the pandemic, we didn't stop. We trained 4 or 5 days a week. They were in the gym still and working hard, and I think that's really carried over to this year. They really used the year that we didn't play to get better, to grow, and understand our identity and our principles, and this season they've shown it from the get-go with how well we've done from the start of preseason to today. So we're excited to see where this ends.
It wasn't until September 16 of 2020 that the team went back to full contact training. Then for the first time in 11 months, the Thunderbirds were back on the field playing exhibition games as they got ready for the current season.
It's felt really different, like having to play the same team twice in a weekend. Usually we would only play one team in the beginning, then again later in the season, so it was really weird playing teams back to back. But I think it also is really good because you can carry the momentum to the next game. And also just this group is just different. Like I feel like we just have such a family culture and it's just great. So
I mean, playing teams like back to back, like Friday and Saturday, is definitely weird because you don't have a lot of time to like regroup and reflect. You just are like thrown in and playing them again. So like mentally that's definitely weird.
The team's national championships title in 2019 was the Thunderbirds' record-extending 7th national championship for the storied program. Even though the season looks a whole lot different compared to the last one, the Thunderbirds hope to claim the back-to-back national championship title.
We've been doing really good. Like I don't remember the last time we've been this successful at this point in the season with our record. So I think we're in a really good place, and like playing Trinity last week, we've had to face some adversity, which I think is important throughout the season. So hopefully that's like a turning point for us, and yeah, we're going to run into playoffs at full speed.
I think my 2019 season, I just kind of pushed myself too far. There were a lot of things happening that were out of my control, and I struggled with that a little bit. But now this year, I think I've got my confidence back, and I'm just really enjoying what I'm doing now.
Yeah, I think it's been it's definitely had 2 years of rookies in the class this year. Even though there were a lot of players that trained with us last year, they didn't live the school UBC lifestyle. They didn't live the travel. They didn't live the competition. So this year has been new, but it's been definitely a whirlwind for them. But we have a lot of senior, mature, experienced players that were a part of our 2019 and earlier groups. So they've really put the players under their wing, or taken the players under their wings, and done a great job supporting them through this process this year.
I definitely worked really hard in the summer, and I also trained in the summer with them. So it was a good transition. One of the perks of living in BC. The transition was hard in the beginning, the speed of play and stuff, but as soon as the team's so welcoming, so confidence and nervousness never came into play. They were so welcoming. I just had to play my game and get used to the speed of play, and obviously it's more aggressive, and girls are a lot older. I'm playing with 26-year-olds, so it's a lot harder, and I'm only 18, or when I joined the team I was 17. Yeah, I'm very confident in our team. We have such great abilities on the team. Everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses, and everyone's strengths go together and build a big we're kind of like a big puzzle that all fit together, and I'm very confident in all of our abilities that we'll have a very strong games in the playoffs.
Thunderbirds head into Canada West quarterfinals this weekend to host the Regina Cougars at Thunderbird Stadium.